Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV's news cycle live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Judith Peters. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the nomination of Dr. Olayemi Michael Cardoso to serve as the new governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, for a term of 5 years at the first instance pending its confirmation by the Nigeria Senate. Special advisor to the president, Andrew Ngalale, said the directive is in conformity with Section 8, subsection 1 of the Central Bank of Nigeria Act 2007, which vests in the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the authority to appoint the governor and 4 deputy governors for the Central Bank of Nigeria, subject to confirmation by the Senate. Similarly, President Tinubu has approved the nomination of 4 new deputy governors of the Apex Bank for a term of 5 years at the first instance, pending their confirmation by the Nigeria Senate. The deputy governors are Nana Uzoro, Mohammed Sani, Abdullahi Datijo, Philip Ikeazo, and Dr. Bala Bello. Still, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will on Sunday depart Abuja for the United States to attend the 78th UN General Assembly, which will take place from September 18th to 26th. 2023 in New York City. Our correspondent Uya Agbomofuekbe reports that the president on the sidelines of the UNGA is scheduled to prioritize investment drive as part of its conversation with its counterparts around the world in order to advance its object of aggressive economic development and diplomatic pursuit, as well as attract foreign direct investment into the country as it did at recent G20 summit in India.
Briefing State House correspondents, Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the President, Ajuri Ngelale, stated that President Tinubu will actively participate in 2 major summits at the UN, aside from the general debates of the Assembly. President Tinubu, according to him, will also meet with major chief executives and leaders of multinational firms cutting across multiple sectors of the economy as part of a series of crucial meetings and side activities that will have wide-ranging ramifications on the Nigerian economy.
Sunday, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be departing Abuja for New York to attend the United Nations General Assembly of 2023. Of course, aside from the engagements he's going to be having at the General Assembly, aside from the active participation that the Nigerian delegation will be engaging in at the Assembly, there are a series of very important side activities that will have wide-ranging ramifications on the Nigerian economy. The President, again, focusing in on his economic development diplomacy, will be having investment at the front and center of his conversations with his counterparts around the world. And these engagements include bilateral meetings on the sidelines with the President of the United States, with the President of Comoros, with the President of South Africa, with the President of the European Union Commission, with the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, with the King of Jordan, with the Algerian President, with the Brazilian President, and with the Spanish Prime Minister.
Similarly, the president will also be presiding over the Nigeria Small and Medium-Scale Business Summit to ensure that Nigeria keys in on opportunities that are being presented by Nigeria-owned small and medium-scale enterprises. The presidential spokesman said this is aimed at attracting foreign direct investment, jobs, and new tax revenues to the shores of the country. Uyi Agbomofuekbe, reporting for Global Television News.
All right, thank you, Uya Agbomofuekbe. So the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of Zacchaeus Adedeji as the new acting executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. President Tinubu appoints says Honorable Zacchaeus Adedeji is hereby appointed as the acting executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service in acting capacity for 19 days before his substantial confirmation as the substantive executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service for a term of 4 years in the first instance. The statement was read and signed by the President's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Andrew Ngalale, on Thursday. The president also directed the erstwhile FIRS chairman, Mohammed Nami, who has served since December 2019, to immediately proceed on 3 months of pre-retirement leave, as provisioned by Public Service Rule PSR 120243, leading to his eventual retirement from service on December 8, 2023. And in line with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, on Friday in Abuja gave out 10 cars to the 10 third-class traditional rulers at the FCT. Sandra Akpa has details.
Today, we're giving out 10 vehicles to 10 traditional rulers organized by government in order to support them to carry out their jobs in their various domains. And this is in keeping with Mr. President's agenda of renewed hope.
The FCT minister, during the event held at the premises of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, said the initiative is aimed at helping the traditional leaders carry out their respective duties effectively.
We believe that every sector, every system has a role to play. Particularly the traditional rulers have a role to play in terms of security. You know your communities better than anybody. You know those who live within your communities. So you'll be able to identify those who look like strangers where you stay. Police alone, no security agency can perform this function without the support of the traditional rulers. And so we believe that we must partner together to achieve this fight against insecurity. And it is also believed that the government must also encourage you and provide you with necessary logistics to do your work. And part of that is mobility. I can't see how traditional rulers will be burdened taxes entering public transport. That is unacceptable. Mr. President has directed that that cannot continue to go on. And we must do everything possible to make it convenient for you to do your assignments.
The minister also stated that allowances will be provided in addition to what the local government councils currently allocate to traditional chiefs.
As FCT too, Mr. President has directed me that we must also on our own provide how we can give some allowances, adding to whatever the local government is giving, so that you can be very comfortable.
The beneficiaries expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu for deeming it fit to provide them with cars for ease of discharge of their traditional responsibilities. Sandra Akpa, reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you very much, Sandra Akpa. And also the Director of Finance and Account DFA in the Ministry of Works, Yusuf Daihir, has fully complied with the government's directive to proceed on posting to another ministry. The information going on media that states that the former DFA of Works has defied the federal government directive on posting is misleading and baseless, saying the posting of staff by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation OAGF is an internal issue within the Federal Service, and no staff has been reported to have refused directive at the ministry till date. And so members of the public are hereby urged to disregard the information making the round within some sections of the media that there was a drama as to the effect of refusal of posting by any staff within the ministry. In furtherance of its effort to secure the length and breadth of Nigeria as well as its territorial sovereignty of the nation's economic growth, plans are on the way by the Nigerian Army to rigid its training and operational activities for effective service delivery. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tarid Lagwaja stated this at the closing ceremony of the Chief of Army Staff combined second and third quarter conference in Abuja. Kikelomo Okere has more of the story.
The Army boss explained that the conference had afforded the Army the platform to review its training, operational and administrative activities that are directly related to national security in order to actualize desirable outcomes, adding that the briefs and presentation made during the conference has reinforced the task and clearly depicts the challenges ahead of the Nigerian Army.
Chief of Army Staff's quarterly conference participants, I believe this gathering has again awakened us to the reality that we have a job to do. The briefs we listened to and our deliberations on pertinent issues during this conference have reinforced the task ahead of us and clearly depicted that it's not going to be easy.
General Lagbaja also reaffirmed the commitment and capability of the officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army in ensuring safe and secured environment for good governance and socio-economic development in collaboration with sister service and other security agencies. He further charged all formation commanders to calibrate their strengths to deal decisive blow on the nation's adversaries.
However, as I affirmed during the opening ceremony, I do not doubt your competencies and commitment to ensuring we join hands with our sister services and other security agencies to create the enabling environment necessary for good governance by the political leadership and economic prosperity for our people. Let me reiterate that we cannot afford to show a jot of weakness because the adversaries we fight are emboldened by weakness.
The Chief of Army Staff also presented checks to 10 maiden beneficiaries of Nigerian Army Personnel Insurance Scheme in an effort to provide financial security and support families of personnel who died in active service. According to him, the gesture was an expression of Nigerian Army's appreciation of the service and sacrifice of its personnel in defense of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the nation. The Army Chief expressed appreciation to the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria for his intervention in repositioning the Nigerian Army for optimal operational performance, pledged the unalloyed loyalty of the officers to federal government and Constitution of Nigeria. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News, Abuja.
Thank you very much, Kikelomo Okere. Still, Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa has called on Defense Police Officers' Wife Association, DPOA, to embrace unity and teamwork so as to surmount the challenges in the barrack community and beyond. The defense chief made this call when the association's president led a delegation of the wives of the service on a courtesy call to defense headquarters in Abuja. Kikelomo Okere brings us more.
DPOA was created to unify all serving officers of the armed forces with that mandate to ensure socio-economic development in the barracks. The Chief of Defense Staff appreciated DPOA for taking care of the barrack community, saying there is need to ameliorate the situation in the barracks as well as the less privileged.
That we can continue to foster that unity. We know the challenges of being in the military, being in the barracks. People outside look at us differently. So if on our own we also look at ourselves differently, then we are suffering from both sides. So we should learn to unite and work together as a team. It is only then that we can face the outside.
In her remark, President Defense Police Officers' Wife Association says the organization is committed to harness and redefine the potentials of all women in the military and police community, which enable a solid support system to their spouses, thereby contributing to better society. Adding that the organization intends to embark on initiatives to support women development and also put smiles on the less privileged people out of the barrack community, as well as visit to the wounded soldiers and provide aids for their recovery.
Visit to wounded soldiers to provide additional aids for their recovery, and being part of the armed forces building agenda, all channeled towards the non-kinetic support in the fight against terrorism. With all these identified target support areas, we know we cannot embark on this journey without your support, sir. I know that we can rely on your cooperation and extensive insight as we are fully ready to keep contributing our part in nation building.
Following the numerous challenges posed by the continued presence of unauthorized persons on the various highways around the country and a guise of revenue collection, the Acting Inspector General of Police, IGP Kai Olukayode Egbetokun, has ordered all state commissioners of police to immediately commence the dismantling of such non-security points within their areas of responsibility. Kikelomo Okere reports that the acting IGP gave the order while meeting with strategic police managers in Abuja.
According to the information received by the police operatives, some officers are engaging in mischievous activities such as the seizure of vehicles, collection of fines, and other unlawful activities in the checkpoint. In lieu of this, the Acting Inspector General of Police stated that to ensure accountability and transparency within the force, the Nigerian Police Force has taken steps such as reinforcing the IGP monitoring unit and the complaint response unit based at the force headquarters to arrest violators and prosecute after dismantling the checkpoints.
We are equally aware of the challenge posed by the continued presence of unauthorized persons on the various highways around the country in the guise of revenue collection, who constantly constitute nuisance on the highways by obstructing the flow of traffic and engaging in mischievous activities such as the seizure of vehicles, collection of fines, and other unlawful activities. All state commissioners of police are hereby directed to immediately commence the dismantling of such non-security checkpoints within their areas of responsibilities and arrest all violators for prompt prosecution.
He maintained that directive has earlier been given to all state commissioners of police to CRU officers in their respective state command headquarters as part of the force commitment to combating corruption and improve professionalism in the Nigerian police force, adding that commissioners of police who are yet to comply are given a deadline of 3 weeks from today to do so. The Acting Inspector General of Police further highlighted some of the breakdowns recorded under his administration by the police force in the last 5 weeks.
Our committed officers have demonstrated relentless determination in upholding law and order through meticulously planned and well-coordinated operations driven by actionable intelligence. The Nigerian police force has effectively disrupted multiple infamous criminal syndicates involved in organized crimes, leading to arrests of 288 armed robbery suspects, 187 kidnap suspects, 198 homicide suspects, 59 suspects for possession of prohibited firearms, 168 suspects involved in cases of rape, defilement, and other sexual offenses, 265 suspected cultists, and 1,891 suspects for various crimes.
The IGP, however, declared that the police is poised to support the efforts of government by providing the needed security and enabling environment for all legitimate businesses and other economic activities in the country, adding that any attempt by scrupulous elements to sabotage the economic revival will be met with stiff opposition from the police force. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News, Abuja.
You're watching Global TV's news cycle coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across our social media platform using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your TV screen. We'll be back after the short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, it's still Global Television, bringing you news cycle from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. And now tens of thousands of people rallied in cities across Germany, including Berlin, on Friday at climate protests, urging Councillor Ola urged government to do more for environmental protection, bearing posters with slogans like "System change, not climate change," or "I'll be in school if the planet was cool." Around 12,000 people marched in Berlin alone in a demonstration organized by the Fridays for Future movement. Huge crowd reaching 10,000 also turned up in major cities including Hamburg and Munich. Once a regular event for students holding school strike, the Friday rallies have become less frequent in Germany lately, with some climate activities turning instead to more radical modes of protest, such as holding sit-ins at busy road junctions. And now in sports, let's join Sharon Aji for more updates.
Super Eagles and Napoli forward Victor Osimhen has been nominated for the 2023 FIFA The Best Men's Player Award. The 24-year-old has been nominated for his second award in a week after making the 30-man shortlist for the 2023 Ballon d'Or Men's Player Award. Osimhen's nomination makes him the first Nigerian player to be listed for the FIFA Best Footballer Award, which was first won by Cristiano Ronaldo in 2016. Osimhen's achievement is the newest after being nominated for the Ballon d'Or Award last Thursday, breaking a 24-year-old jinx since Kanu Nwankwo made the prestigious list. Away from football, the executive chairman of Lagos State Sports Commission, Shola Ayekpeku, has assured Sporting Lagos FC of support as they prepare to make their debut in the Nigerian Premier Football League, NPFL, in the upcoming season. Ayekpeku talked on the unveiling of a newly equipped basketball court by the consortium of groups that comprise the National Basketball Association, French Agency of Development, and Dream Sports Africa. The Lagos State Sports Commission at the Campus Stadium in Lagos on Thursday said it will give Sporting Lagos the needed support, charging the management to strive to remain in the Premier League as it's crucial for its growth and brand. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Sharon Ajay, and that's it on Global TV's news cycle, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across our social media platform using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your TV screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Judith Peters. Thank you so very much for watching.